I guess we have started training yesterday, and the boys responded well. Of course, they still coming out from where we were with the Absa Premier League. But yeah, even today they look okay. I'm happy with what I saw. We just have those niggling injuries. Obviously, it's normal when you come from a battle. You come with wounded soldiers and deep scars. So yeah, we rested few guys who are not yet back from injury. Serena's got a niggling injury. We don't know if he'll make it. Shompo, we just rested him because, I mean, this guy has played all the minutes in the bubble. Dennis is training well, so hopefully he's okay. Musa has not started training. Probably tomorrow, we never know. Yeah, and yeah, just minor knocks, when you come from the game. But nothing bigger than that. Oh, Ricardo, who's got a wrist that also giving him a problem. That's why he's been playing with a wristband. But I don't know. We should be okay on that side. But yeah, a difficult game, of course. Masopolara are a different team, difficult team. Those guys are enjoying themselves. They are happy team, free-spirited, and they play good football. They pass well. I just saw the game last night, one of the games they played. Oh, they can just pass the ball. They played against Bidvet West, to be honest. Oh, they can pass the ball. So, yeah, it is that team that have got nothing to lose but give everything. That's how I see the game.
Thank you, Coach. I'll take questions now, but just raise your hand and then I'll identify you and unmute you. Zakele? Zakele?
Coach, how are you?
Hi, Zakele.
I'm good, Coach. Zakele from Misoles in Devon. Coach, now you've just won the league for the 10th time for Mamelodi Sundowns. Now you're going for the treble. Is that on your mind? Is that what you're gunning for? And how is the mood in the camp? And the second one, no matter what happens on Saturday, Celtic are going to be playing in Africa. What can be your advice to them as they are newcomers in that space?
Yeah. What was the first one?
The treble.
Oh yeah, the treble. Yeah, but the treble is not there until you win the match. So first we had one cup. Second, the league was not on our side. It's never been in our hands. Only for those, 20 minutes or so, and then we managed to win the league. But the worst thing is to think that you have won the treble without playing it. And everybody has a right to win the cup, the Nedbank Cup. And I think you know the history between Mamelodi Sundowns and the cup and Bloemfontein Celtic in the cup. The history reference is not good for us, doesn't favor us as Mamelodi Sundowns. But you never know, those were years back. And Coach Maduka was not the coach, neither me, but the common denominators of the clubs. But yeah, I don't know. I think if you look at it, you can say they need it more than us in terms of but football doesn't go like that. Football says whoever wants it now on the pitch will get the game, whoever wants it on the pitch. So, yeah, there are tactics that need to be played. They play different. They came with different formation in the bubble. I was surprised with the formation that they played in the bubble. But, yeah, they won. They've been winning they're one of the contributors to us acquiring the league title, because they stole Kaizer Chiefs, a big team, you know. So if they can stall that team, it means they can stall us. So yeah, that's it. So what can I say, guys? It's a cup final. The cup final is a cup final. We're waiting for it. And what was your second question? Sorry.
Their advice since they're going to Africa for the first time.
Oh, yes. I did put a post, I don't know, 3 weeks back or 2 weeks back on my Twitter about this situation. And I said, how exciting will it be to have Dr. Petros Malimela Stadium full and buzzing with supporters and how exciting will it be to have the opponents from Africa to come into that stadium, that noisy stadium. I said I would love, if possible, I would love to be part of that and witness the history of Bloemfontein Celtic. I think it will be the history. They will make history. And I said that I would have liked to witness that. And I said, you never know. That can happen if we win the league. And it is the way you just said it now. So, yeah, it's not nice. It will be difficult for people to go to that stadium. I hope by the time we play, football will be normal and everybody and supporters will be back. How nice will it be? Sorry. How nice will it be now to have could have had the supporters of Mamelodi Sundowns, you know, they're noisy with their drums, and then you have the Masopolara with the famous Masopolara supporters who sing at the top of their voices. Would have been nice. Would have been what an environment that we're going to miss. But you have to accept the situation.
Karabo?
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Good afternoon, Coach. How are you?
Afternoon, Karabo.
Coach, just two quick ones. I'm not sure. I think you gave a good update in terms of the players, but Anele Jalo was not there as he left the bubble. I think he pulled with a hamstring injury a couple of weeks ago. And secondly, Coach, you've always advocated for black coaches in the PSL. A couple of hours ago, Amazulu have confirmed that Cobra Dlamini will be the new head coach, or given the role on a permanent basis. Just your thoughts on yet another black coach making it in South African football. How big an issue, or how proud are you of him, Coach?
You mean the coach of Bloemfontein Celtic?
No, the coach of Amazulu. He's been given a 3-year contract.
Oh, yeah. No, Ayanda, yes. Ayanda was here with me in the bubble. Unfortunately, we were talking through the masks, so happy for him to save the team, so happy for him to turn it around. Unbelievable. We need more. Me with local is lekker. We need more of our local coaches. I think we have enough talent and ammunition to can steer these teams in the right direction. Yeah, I'm happy for Ayanda. It's big ups to Amazulu to bring one of ours in that space. And AJ was training today. Yes, he's been suffering from that hamstring. He trained yesterday, he trained today. Yeah, but the game and the training sessions intensity is not the same, but it's getting better. I don't know. We'll hear from the doctors, but he's been training for the last 2 days. So he has never left the bubble. I think
next question, Mfana Futi. Mfana Futi. Okay, we move on to the next one, Chad.
Thanks, Mr. Lux.
Hi, Chad.
Hope you're well. Ahead of this, there's been a lot of reports, obviously, around Ngcongca specifically. Could this be his last game this weekend? Is there any sort of discussions going on around the fact that he was announced by another club in Belgium? And then secondly, also on the reports, a lot of signings coming in ahead of next season. Is there going to be an overhaul after this game?
No, first with Anele, I think you know my heart and my feelings about Anele. You know, one of the most underrated right back in the country. Anele can play against a speedy winger, strong winger, anything. Anele has the sense of positioning himself, and he doesn't even make a lot of tackles. If you can see, he's experienced, man. I mean, the guy played Champions League in Europe. The guy has won many titles in European cups, and I always root for him because he's one of the most underrated, and he doesn't get the what can I say, the praise he deserves. You know, since Tapelo got injured, we have been stable, and he helps us in organizing. He's a captain of the team behind the captain, Ngcongca. He's always chatting, advising the youngsters, coaching at the back. We'll be sad to lose him, to be honest. But I don't know what's happening because we're in the bubble between the club and his agents. And yeah, for me, I would not like to lose him. I'll be very happy to have Anele to stay. But I have to also accept if he has to go, if he wants to go. We have to accept the situation with Anele. Chad, I think we also deserve a chance to sign a few players now. Everybody's been signing, and give us a chance, Chad. Let's sign also. You know, we only signed 2 last year, and the myth and the perception is that we're signing a lot of players and we've been buying without acknowledging the promises, Makuma, the Pitso, what do you call it, without Kolisi, Nico Lukubeni, Abraham. You know, we've put these MDC players on the pitch, and we've put them also in the starting lineup on the biggest games. So we don't sign because we have to sign, as I told you. And there's not an overhaul because you must be very careful. The guys who've been winning the titles, the guys who won the league, the majority of them are the senior players, important players. So we are not rocking the boat here. And all we're doing is that we haven't signed enough for a few years. And when we had injuries this year, we struggled a little bit, you know. But it's also important to build a team also under a successful team. We have a very, very good successful team. Look at the history, 10th titles, guys. I mean, this is huge. 3 in a row, 5 in the last 7 years. Champions League finals, Champions League semi-finals, Champions League quarter-final, Club World Cup. Team that has been putting more than 50 games a year with traveling and all that. We've got to consider all those things that have been happening for many years, for the last 3, 4, 5 years. I mean, 7 years qualification in Champions League. I mean, that's huge, guys. You got to understand that the mileage is getting higher. But those players, we need them to teach the younger ones who are coming. We need them to guide them. So there's not overall. We have to also accept that the age bracket, average age group, was not very, very good and convincing because a lot of players are more 30 plus. So we have to, it's normal, like any other club. We have to try and support the main team, the big team that's you think that probably in trouble now, you know, so we have to support it.
Mazola, and then Nick.
Hi, Coach. I hope you can hear me clearly.
I can hear you, Mazola.
Coach, I was following up on Chad's question as well. Just obviously, I think it was maybe even more than a year ago that you talked about the succession plan, because you're already looking at the age
Yeah.
of the players
Yeah.
that you have in your squad. Of course, this past season, I mean, you only really signed 2 players and one that obviously went on loan to Stellenbosch.
Yes.
But how important was it for you to get the backing also from the club and the hard work behind identifying these relatively young players that are going to come in and, you know, set up a plan for another successful couple of seasons for Mamelodi Sundowns?
No, thanks, Mazola. Obviously, I have the vision of the club given to me from the board, and the chairman of the board, Dr. Patrice Motsepe, who is the president of the club. And I drive the vision. Of course, that's my job, and I need to advise the team on what's happening, what has been happening for the last 7 or 8 years. And you can see there's a synergy, and you can see that there's good agreements. You can see that there's good vision of always trying to make sure that we replace players. And by the way, it's not about the age. It has been about, you know, the Mpelas when they left, the Ezroms when they left, the Pelembes when they left, the Tekos when they left, the Aliaskud who left, all those big important players, Surprise Mureri. We have always had to have the succession plan, and all the time huffing and puffing, stumbling, not really coming out easily after replacing important players. We have moved from generations to generations, and you have now moved from the generation of the CBDs, the Zungus, the Ramam Patlele. We cannot mention them. Tabo, Tete, so many important players, you know. So my job is to make sure that we replace those players whilst the team the level of expectation doesn't come down. And that has been the biggest part of our technical team, to make sure that happens, you know. And for me that is more important and key, more than just going and acquiring players and bring them here, is replacing the right players, you know. So now we've got a generation of the Mkulisis, the Keletsos, the Serinos, Tembazwan is still around, and Vilagazi. So it's another generation with now with Musa Lebusas coming in, Lyle creeping in slowly at left back, Nico coming in, Tapelo coming in. So yeah, we're getting there slowly, and it's not easy. The difficult part is to, whilst you are replacing the important players, to keep winning. That's the difficult part. It's not an easy one. And when you lose a CBD, I mean, that team scored 71, made I think 55 goals or 53 goals out of 30 games. I think they won 23 games. That's huge. 71 points. I think 3 losses. It's unbelievable. What a team that won the Champions League and did. Okay, it's not a treble local because it had the Champions League, but it was a treble of the Champions League and the Telkom Cup and the league at that time. And to add a cherry on top of it, the CAF Super Cup and Club World Cup. What an amazing team we had. What a team. So to get there again, it's like you're talking about the Galacticos of Real Madrid. It's like you're talking about the Barca of David Silva and Iniesta, Xavi, Messi, Busquets. What a team! So you don't have that team anymore. You know, generations, teams move on, and we have to always move up and try and bring it up. Probably this year we can. The team that we're trying to make now, for me, is I think this one maybe might be more effective and not less glamorous as this one. You know, this one can pass the ball sometimes if they want. I mean, they I think we outplayed Black Leopards and Polokwane City. It's unbelievable when we came up after we've been struggling on there. Then I got my team back, and I got it late as slow starters. But against Black Leopards, it's an unbelievable game. To be honest, this year I've never seen our team play as good as the game of Black Leopards. 4 balls off the posts, missed penalties, missed chances, dominated possession, penetrations, shots on targets. I mean, I've never seen a game like this. So hopefully we move up from that performance. I'm just hoping that we don't lose any players who played in that game and move to this one. But our job is to make sure that we improve the team.
Nick?
Coach, you talk about, I'm sure you've got your mind very much focused on Saturday, and you're talking there about improving the team and moving forward. What does your program look like after Saturday? Obviously, we've got the start of the new season. Are you taking a break at all, or is it a chance now to, with new players coming in, just to keep the ball rolling and keep going and training?
No, Nick, we're the first team to enter the bubble. Lax will tell you. And we are the last team to leave the bubble. That really shows the commitment of this club and the players. And no one is complaining. We keep going. You know, a lot of commitment on the team. And they deserve a break. We must know that before this bubble, we were in a month bubble also in Rustenburg. And that bubble contributed to where we are now. You know, what's worth it? Imagine you didn't win nothing and you went into the bubble for a month before. But it's not only us. Orlando Pirates also went for a bubble for a month also, you know. And they need the rest. We need to see our families. I haven't seen my children it's going the 3rd month now. I haven't seen them. And I haven't seen my children. What about the players? You know, the families have been patient with us, supported us. It has not been easy. How can you tell a team that you're going on a 3-month a bubble? I mean, which family will accept it? It's very difficult. But, you know, if you do the travel, I think it will be worth it. It's good. It's good. We must put the team in the Champions League again this year. We must fight to be in the Club World Cup at least this year. It's 3 teams, so you're hoping that you make the semi-finals, and hopefully you can make the final. Then you know you're in. Otherwise, you're gonna have to play that playoff, and probably that's one of the reasons why we really strengthening the team. Because a lot of guys can say, but why you sign so many players? No, we have. Remember, we have an African adventure that we're pursuing, and not many people pursue that route. And we need ammunition, we need numbers. I know, coming from Morocco, landing on Monday and playing Wednesday in Thohoyandou, biggest experience. And then the next day you leave for Thohoyandou, and you know how long does it take to go to Thohoyandou when there's no airport. So we need numbers for this thing. We need more players. We can't operate with the team when Tambazwane is injured or is not playing well, or Sereno is suspended. You know, Sereno with Nandi Becker always have the story there. You don't want to be huffing and puffing. I mean, let's be honest now. We really had to use Keletso. We had to use a Promise. We had to use Nico Lukubeni. We had to use Kulisi. And Ali Menza came in handy for us. Ali Menza was fighting for us. And Lyle came through, you know. So you must also understand that is the challenge that we have. And we need to make numbers, not because we want numbers, not because you want names. Not you have to have a personnel for the number of games you are playing. And for the last 4 years, I mean, we're still in the bubble now. So and players are not getting any younger. So, and you know, when you do this, you know what's going to happen. We're gonna go through a turbulence a little bit, Many players don't know how we play because we play in a particular way at Mamelodi Sundowns. For them to catch up and know how we move up front, the 4 players up front, they move easily, anywhere, anyhow. When are you going to put Kapinga through this? When are you going to put other players through this to understand and know? I don't have preseason. I only have, I think we have about 10 days, if I'm not mistaken, because Bafana comes in now within this space, and we want to give them a big break, and we have to go through COVID tests again, and we have to do tests for CAF wants their own tests, and we have to do all the protocols, and you need the players to do all these things. You cannot just start the season. PSL also wants their own things, so it's not an easy one. So it's not a good break, but you can't complain. And by the way, once we start, there's no training again. Every 3 days, games. But it's good because the competition will be very good this year, because even the Soweto teams now are coming through now. So we're all going on this marathon now. It's going to be exciting this year.
The last question, the coach just came back from training, so we need to release him soon. Last question will be with Robin Duke, and then afterwards we'll wrap it up. Yeah.
Thanks for protecting me, Lux.
No problem, coach.
Yeah, it's Robin Duke here, coach from Daily Sun. Just on a lighter note, I was looking at my stats before. When Sundowns lost to Bloemfontein Celtic in the TKO in Durban in 2012, Johan Nesken was fired after that, and then I think you took over. Are you grateful to Celtic, for beating Sundowns then, because you have achieved so much ever since then, coach?
Are you saying that Bloemfontein Celtics made me the coach?
No, I'm just saying, coach, in some way, it looked as that you got a job because of Johannes was fired because of you losing that final.
Let me tell you, I had other opportunities for big teams also local at that time. Local. And I'm talking big teams. I had those opportunities. So I chose the sleeping giant. I chose the giant that I know that the president of the team has big appetite for international football, and that's why I accepted the offer. And by the way, I did not play a role in Johan Nesken's thing. I was 5 years out of PSL. I was at SAFA for 5 years, so I did not play a role on Coach Nesken's space. No, I did not go to the matches with a book and looking at the matches when Sundowns was playing. You know what coaches do. When another coach is struggling, he goes to the games and the TV is on him and everybody calls for him. No, I don't do that. I was in sabbatical. I wanted to take a year sabbatical, and Mamelodi Sundowns cut my sabbatical short because it was the third time the president of the club said, let's work together. And when the big profile person, business personality like that comes over and speaks to you, especially for the third time, you've got to also consider, and this is a big team, and I cut my sabbatical short. I wanted to take a year or two, but I'm back. I've been talking about sabbatical. I'm here now. I caught the bug, so I can't stop.
Thank you, coach, and good luck for Saturday to you and obviously the players. Thank you very much.
Yeah, difficult team, Masokolara. Hey, those guys, they play well. So we'll see what we have to do. Mabena, Serra, hey, those guys. But we'll see. We'll do what we have to do.
Thank you, coach, and good afternoon.
Thank you.
Go and enjoy your lunch.
Bye. Thank you.